Welcome to an episode of Origins of Monstrosity, live edition. Oh yeah. Today we'll be talking about the Kraken.
The Kraken is a sea monster that lives off the coast of Norway and Greenland. People suspect the legend originates from sailors and civilians seeing a giant squid 40 to 50 feet long.
The word Kraken stems from the Norwegian word krake, which means an unhealthy animal or something twisted. Spooky.
And the late 13th century version of the Icelandic saga Orvar Otter? It's Norwegian. Or Icelandic. It's Icelandic. I'm not going to get it right the first time.
You got it, buddy.
Okay. There is a story of a journey bound for Baffin Island, which takes the protagonist through the Greenland Sea where they meet the two sea monsters.
First is the Hagaffa.
Hufguffa. The first is the Hufguffa, which means sea mist, and the second is the Lengbaka, which means heatherback.
I'm sorry for my speech impediment.
You don't have a speech impediment.
Prove it. The Hufguffa is a reference to the Kraken.
A passage reads, "The Hufguffa is the hugest monster in the sea." The narrator...
Hugest isn't a word.
It was in the book, Ben.
Carry on.
The narrator of the old Norwegian work, Kongus Skugga.
You tried your best.
It's Norwegian, Ben. I'm not from Norway.
That's why I said you tried your best. Calm down.
Says there must be only one Hufguffa in existence, as it is only seen in the same area of the Greenland Sea, and that it is incapable of reproduction, as its numbers never seem to grow.
That's really depressing life. You can't even have sex. What is life without sex? At least for an animal. Anyway, the passage from the book reads, most often in our tongue, we call it the Hafgaffa, or Kraken. He has appeared more like land than a fish. He's saying it looks more like an island than a fish, because the original book is really dumb.
He's saying it looks like an island. He's saying it looks like an island.
That's what I said.
Yeah, well, you said it odd.
Continue.
Carl Linnaeus classified the Kraken as a cephalopod and gave it the scientific name Microcosmus marinus.
Hold up. So you're saying that they gave a scientific name to a fake animal that doesn't exist? You're kidding, folks. It exists.
Yeah, Carl Linnaeus did. And if you let me finish my sentence, so. He gave it the scientific name Microcosmus marinus in his first edition of his book, Systema Naturae. He excluded the Kraken from any further editions of the book.
Good. Can you say that first word of the scientific name, please?
Microcosmus.
Okay, why is there micro in a name about a really, really big creature?
Because that's how he named it.
I don't think this guy has all his marbles, I'm not going to lie. The scientific book, he put micro in the name of a huge creature in a scientific book, and not only a creature that does not exist.
In another book he wrote, he describes the Kraken as a unique monster and writes, "It is said to inhabit the seas of Norway, but I have not seen this animal."
What a surprise and coincidental. The Kraken was also heavily described by the Bishop of Bergen, Eric Fontoppidan. What I said, listen to the audio.
Pontoppidan.
He made many speculations, including that sometimes people mistake an island for a Kraken. Yes, that would make sense. Islands look very animal-like. I've seen them.
He also wrote, if an animal is stationary for a long period of time, like logs and stuff, you can grow like.
Have you ever seen Avatar: Last Airbender? There's a really big turtle on that actually is an island.
Yeah, see? He also wrote that it is said that if the creature's arms were to lay hold of the largest man of war, they would pull it down to the bottom. And then the Swedish author Jacob Wallenberg wrote about the Kraken in his 1781 work, My Son of the Gallery.
He has a son that is a Kraken?
No.
Gosh, that kid is deformed.
My Son of the Gallery. It's not. He just writes
about it. That's just cruelty to call your son a Kraken. Calling your son a Kraken? Oh my goodness.
Do you want me to read the whole passage?
No, thank you.
I'm going to read the whole passage.
No, it's okay. You're all right.
The Kraken is also called the crabfish, which is not that huge. For heads and tails counted, he's no larger than our Oland is wide.
I thought it was an island.
He stays at the seafloor, constantly surrounded by innumerable small fishes who serve as his food and are fed by him in return for his meal. If I remember correctly what E. Pompidin writes, lasts no longer than 3 months, and another 3 are needed to digest it. His excrements nurture in the following an army of lesser fish, and for this reason, fishermen plumb after his resting place. Gradually, Kraken ascends to the surface, and when he is at 10 to 12 fathoms, the boats had better move out of his vicinity, as he will shortly thereafter burst up like a floating island, spraying water from his dreadful nostrils, making ring waves around him, which can reach many miles. Could one doubt that this is the Leviathan of Job? There you go.
Yes,
You
they
doubted
could
me.
because it doesn't exist.
The Leviathan and Job does.
Sure. Anyway.
Okay. French.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to say that word because I'm a
French
little boy.
molecologist.
French. Pure.
my-
Demon.
Okay, let me read this.
That
Okay.
was my French accent.
French molecologist Pierre Denis de Montfort. See, there you go.
My French accent was better.
Wrote
Wrote
about-
about two types of giant octopuses. One was the Kraken octopus, and it had been described by Norwegian sailors, American whalers. That rhymes. That's a new song I just came up with. Norwegian sailors, American whalers. Anyway,
Ugh.
and seen by people like.
Pliny the Elder, which is kind of incredible considering he's like the one who saw Pompeii and stuff.
Well, he's also on weed. Anyway, continue.
No, Ben, he's like super. Have you ever heard of Pliny the Elder?
I haven't, but now that he's saying that he's seen Krakens,
How- he is-
I'm pretty sure he's.
Montfort also claimed that 10 British warships, including the French ship Ville de Paris, had been attacked and sunk by giant octopuses after the ships went missing in 1782. The British knew from a survivor of the event that the ships had actually sunk during a hurricane off the coast of Newfoundland, so they made Montfort to look like a fool.
It's not the fact that he believed in giant octopuses, but the fact that he thought a boat that he got wrong about why a boat went down. That's what made him a fool.
Because he said, hey, the Kraken did this, but it was... Okay. Anyway, continue.
Oh, that's not one word.
It was an accident.
You forgot a space there, man.
Yeah, I did.
The Kraken legend continues to this day in television, movies, books, video games, and even roller coasters. I like roller coasters. Do you
Yeah,
like
so
roller
do I.
coasters?
Roller coasters are great. I actually like to read the full Alfred Tennyson.
Well, that's too bad. In 1830, Alfred
Sonnet.
Tennyson published
A
a
sonnet
sonnet
called
called
The
The
Kraken.
Kraken. A passage from it reads,
Below the thunders of the upper deep, far, far beneath in the abysmal sea, his ancient, dreamless, uninvaded sleep the Kraken sleepeth. Faintest sunlights flee about his shadowy sides. Above him swell huge sponges of millennial growth and height. And far, far away into the sickly light, from many a wondrous squat and secret cell, unnumbered and enormous polypi winnow, with giant arms and the slumbering green. There hath he lain for ages, and will lie battening upon huge sea worms in his sleep, until the latter fire shall heat the deep. Then once by man and angels to be seen, and roaring he shall rise, and on the surface die.
oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
In chapter 59 of Herman Melville's Moby Dick,
A great book, by the way. I loved it. I read it in 4th grade.
I thought it had too much Moby, too little dick.
It was so
Encounters
God.
was Chief.
Pequod encounters with Chief Mate Starbuck. Here, I'll
Starbuck.
read the thing.
Oh my gosh, Chief Mate Starbuck. Get me
Yeah.
a latte right now.
He described as the great live squid, which they say few whale ships ever beheld, and returned to their ports to tell of it. It was in chapter 59. Here,
I already said that.
okay, whatever. Read from here, Ishmael,
Who's Ishmael?
the narrator.
Was a narrator in a book.
Not the narrator. He's like, I am Ishmael, the most famous line from like books ever. It's the first line of the book. I am Ishmael. He's like, I.
The
Singular.
most
person.
famous line is a guy saying, "I am Ishmael."
It's
Books,
iconic.
you guys need to like catch up.
It's iconic.
Like movies, you have Luke Skywalker.
Okay, fine. I could just read it.
I mean, Die Hard. Like it's just like you have
I'll
so
just
much
read
cool
it.
stuff. Like,
I'll just read it.
or like
There-
or like
just read it.
what's another good one?
Or you can just keep talking.
Like Terminator. Terminator has some great ones. I mean, like
That's
it's
not
all
a book.
good. Exactly. I'm saying how movies are better than books.
Did you know that the line "Here's Johnny" was improvised?
Yes,
He
it is dope.
improvised it. That's great, right?
That's
I learned it.
fantastic.
Ishmael adds, there seems some ground to imagine that the great Kraken of Bishop Pompidin may ultimately resolve itself into squid. He ends the chapter by saying, by some naturalists who have vaguely heard rumors of this mysterious creature here spoken of, it is included among the class of cuttlefish, to which indeed in certain external respects it would seem to belong, but only as the anak of the tribe.
So you're saying the Kraken is a cuttlefish? Where can I buy said cuttlefish and cuddle with said cuttlefish?
Cuddle like C-U-T-T-L-E. Fish.
Yes.
Not
Exactly.
cuddle. C-U-D-D-L-E.
I can't spell. In the television show Game of Thrones,
Game of Thrones.
excuse me.
The
The Greyjoy's
Game of Thrones.
sigil is a Kraken.
Did you know that? You're in the middle of watching the show.
I am not. This is fake news. That show is for women.
No, he's not. He's on
Women.
season 2, episode 2.
That's sexist. I don't know. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe for more.
Comment below
Or
if you-
don't. That's
Or
an option
don't.
too.
Comment below if you have any questions, or if you had anything you'd like a video on, comment that below as well. Thank you.
Or do you like this new style, or do you just think our faces are dumb? I think our faces
Or
are
that.
dumb.
I think our faces are great.
Hey, you know what? Our faces are cool. Faces are nice. Faces are always
I think our faces are great.
cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Bye.